Hello there! Welcome back to another stream. How are we doing? We all good? Anyone pre-ordered the Smart Play sets yet? If only this was a cup of tea. That would have worked. But I'm sure you've all seen the community post. Let me bring up chat. What are we thinking about the... oh, the stream's not even live yet. Right, I'll give it a second, everyone to fill in. What are we thinking about the Smart Play? Not just smart bricks, smart play sets. It's going to be a bumpy ride, I think. It's going to be a long journey ahead. I'm liking them. There was a moment earlier, and you can call me crazy all you like. I was looking at them. Do I need them? Do I need to pre-order these? It's only, wait for this, it's only £280. £280, that's like what, a slice of the Death Star slice of the Battle Ball cheese well. Oh, £280 is not to be taken lightly. I could put that towards computer upgrades, which I badly need. Having a lot of fun of that. Hello there. Hello there again, Deezer. Welcome. If you haven't seen, let me bring up the Smart Play sets just for those of you that haven't seen them. Lego's new Smart... So, the terminology, because I know Lego's one for terminology. You've got like your snot techniques, which is studs not on top. You've got your BAM wall, which is not pick-a-brick. The BAM wall in Lego stores is not pick-a-brick. That is that's PAB. That's online. That's BAM is minifigure. Yep, wrong one. Scrap that. PAB in Lego stores isn't pick-a-brick. BAM is build a minifigure. PAB is pick and build. £280 is the complete Smart Play lineup, which is harder to find. What if I just search Smart Play? I've been searching Smart Brick. It should come up for it, but not on Google. It's too new. Here we go. I ain't even set up. Let me pair this. So, Lego have got a new Smart Play system, which I did a video about a couple days ago. We got the official images at CES, at Lego's second panel. Not first, it was their second panel, because they also announced Horizons last year, and everyone seemed to have forgotten about it. I'm looking forward to playing that, actually, on the PlayStation. But here we go. Here are the Lego Smart Play sets. Oh, didn't like that. Let's lock that up. We've got 3 of them. We've got Luke's Red 5 X-Wing, Vader's TIE Fighter, and then the Throne Room Duel and the X-Wing. Hello there, Phil and Bricks. Welcome. Yeah, we'll go over these whilst everyone fills in. I do want to build a clone mech today using the battle pack and the actual clone mech set, because I think it's a decent base mech. There's been a load of comments on my videos with them, my mini videos, saying how good the set is, and it is pretty nice. There's something I want to improve in the future, but you know, we'll get to improvements. It is a really nice set for those of you that have managed to pick that up. Should really make sure my desk is clear in advance, but just let me. We'll get to smart bricks. If you're getting into Lego, your desk is never going to be clear. I know you see all these reviews of these like plain desks. They're not people that play with Lego. They're not people that, you know, build mocks. They're people that review sets. And I'm not saying anything about those people in particular, but they have some real shiny desks. Some of them even multiple desks so that they can review a set. But my desk is never tidy. There's just a lot behind the camera that you can't see. Never fully tidy, at least. Sometimes it looks better than this. I need a second desk, don't I? One that I can, or just like a stand I can put over this to hide all the minifigures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's not mix these up. Yeah, my new clones are over there. So this isn't including the 332nd I got in the battle pack. We've got 4. I'm going to include Mandos as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Come on, round number. Where's my 30? No. Gonna leave me at 29. 30! There was another Mando next to the Imperial. I'm not including Imperials, just Mandos and clones. I have 30 on my desk, about 10 of which are probably named as well. But I'm sure you'll probably get to see that in a minute. These are the new Smart Play sets. Let's take a look at them. My favourite is the throne room, and it is the most expensive, so that tracks. That tracks. It should be the favourite. It should be the best of them. It's the biggest, and purely for this, purely for the third Palpatine throne. What do we think? Hello there, George. Hello there, Bevel. Last time you caught a live stream, you were building Ninjago City markets. What's the chance you catch the next one whilst building Ninjago City workshops? Whoa, got a whole Ninjago City being built there. Is there Ninjago? Oh, there is Ninjago lore. I was talking to my partner, speaking of Ninjago City, about the lore with Batman, the Batman movie, with the realism, because Lego Movie, it's not really lore, it's the connection to our world, the connection to the human plane. You've got like the "Where's my pants" guy, which is a reference to I think it's to the dad, isn't it? The "Where's my pants" guy is because that's what the dad shouts out. Anyway, it's all built in the basement on a table. And for those of you that don't know, Lego Batman is on just a flimsy table. A lot of city builders out there will know if you have multiple tables, they're not always level, they can break, sometimes you separate them, and that's what the Lego Batman movie is about. Kind of the tables like collapsing or being separated. And similar, Ninjago has the Meowth, doesn't it? Or, Meowthra, something like that. Meowthra, which ties it into the real world. But Ninjago City Workshops, enjoy it. What a build. Do you think, I want to bring this up because I was thinking about this, and all the Smart Play sets so far have been Star Wars. That's what they're pushing. I think it's wise for Lego. Star Wars is claimed to have saved them back in the 2000s, so why not use Star Wars to push the new Smart Play? I hope this does take off, and I hope this is successful. The prices could be better, but I do like the concept behind it, and I think we might not be seeing these in like 10 years' time, but we might be seeing something similar, something very similar. No problem. Yeah, we watched Ninjago and Batman, and I think we're going to try and get into the Ninjago series as well because the movie was so good. But we found there's a ton of Ninjago movies, like hour and 40 minutes. A lot of them for the recent series, so I'll probably watch them in order, like I normally do with Clone Wars. But there's so many movies, and also you've got all like the Marvel specials. Star Wars have specials, they now have series as well. There's some really good Lego content out there. Thankfully none of it vertical. Could you imagine they tried to take on shorts? I guess they've got their horizontal shorts, but they're usually just fun Christmassy ones. I don't think they do those all year round. Ninjago. Smart Play in Ninjago. I don't think it will. I don't think Ninjago will get Smart Play. I don't think they'll get whatever comes after Smart Play. They definitely haven't had whatever came before Smart Play. What? Is that Dimensions? No, I'm going to have to search this. Lego Ninjago Dimensions. We did get Ninjago. We got Samurai X. I'm just starting to find out about Samurai X. I know about Nia. I know about Lloyd. That was I knew about Lloyd back in the day. I know about Arin. Is it Arin? I know a little bit about Arin, and Samurai X ties into two different ninjas. I think I'm gonna have to just do like a lore video where I break down what I know about these ninjas, because there are more than just, what is there, like 10 in the ninja family at the minute, including the dragon, which I always find is funny. They just adopted a dragon as a ninja and everything but body. Is that Zane? Why is Zane silver? We got Jay, who's blue. Kai is red. Cole is black. Zane is white, typically. Silver looks quite good. And then the gold or the green ninja is Lloyd. I won't spoil Samurai X, but they do slot in somewhere. And I think I know which version this is, but I'm more interested in the other version with, I don't remember Don't remember her name, but one of the other ones. Pixel! Thank you, George. That's the one. Pixel. I'm interested in the Pixel Samurai X. Because I saw when I was digging a while back, I come across a few clips of it, and the story, not specifically the character, the whole story seems so interesting. Hello there, Big Boss Nass Bricks. Welcome to the stream. So, Smart Brick. Yes, Ninjago I don't think will get the Smart Brick. The reason why is because Ninjago is becoming a classic theme. People are collecting Ninjago minifigures like they're classic spacemen. Maybe not that far yet. I think the public has a lot of classic. Dimensions was around the time Zane was the Titanium Ninja because he was rebuilt out of titanium. Dope. Wow. Yeah, I need to catch up on Ninjago. That and also Nexo Knights. I want to watch all of that because I don't remember any of it. I don't know if I did watch the full season of that, but there's like 5, 6, and there's a deleted one as well that has all the episodes. I don't know if it's got the episode breakdowns, but it does have the season, the gist of what was going to happen in the cancelled season, which is kind of like Clone Wars. We have little bits here and there. I like it when shows do that. I don't think they've got the Smart Brick because they don't need it. They've got their spinners. That's cool for Ninjago. They've got the dragons as well. What do we have? Ninjago. I don't know if we've got any new Ninjago sets. That was a surprise. The Smart Brick is not only here, but has taken over. I refreshed this probably about 30 seconds after it came out. This was not here. That's nice. Interesting with the whole laser system. So with these X-Wings, let's get a picture that isn't flying across the screen. The button at the back controls the lasers, and there's no actual projectiles. That is quite nice. Don't have to, well, there's stud shooters, take that back. Not nice. But the projectiles are just the bricks firing at each other, sending little electronic signals, like at the end of a Wii remote, like at the end of any sort of controller. The TV remote has the same sort of thing, and if a brick is caught not moving at the other end, it gets hit. It's a nice mechanism. I'm noticing something though with the turret. Can we get a close-up on that? Is that a Smart Brick next to the turret? I've noticed in a few of these renders, I am going to point out a few Lego mistakes here. So look, Smart Brick there, and you press that to fire. We've also got the Smart Brick in the X-Wing between R2 and the cockpit, which I actually don't think is too bad. There are some places they could have put it, maybe even hidden it underneath, but I don't think it's terrible. It is pretty cool. And you press that to fire. R2 makes a noise as well. I think you have to turn R2 around for the noise to... Well, this is confusing me. The 2x2 tiles don't seem to be scannable. It doesn't seem to be like Mario. They seem to be tagged. So when they're near the brick, then it sets it off, and that's how it works. I suppose the big problem with this set is for the price. You're getting the one Smart Brick. That's a cool feature. So blue is to refuel and green is to fix. There's color signals, which I think is any brick, but they're probably the only blue and green bricks that are included in this set. They have to be. You've also got the figures with the tags. We know Leia has a tag. We don't know if Luke does. This could be the same Luke that we've got. The Stormtrooper doesn't seem to. That would have been a good idea. So the Rebel Worker doesn't. Rebel Worker has the tools. The Stormtrooper, do they have a tag? No. Stormtrooper's a regular minifigure. I'm going to assume Luke is as well. Although, maybe Luke isn't. It would make sense if Leia isn't, that Luke isn't. Come on, show us the back of Luke. No, there we go. Alright, now I know for the other two sets. So Luke and Leia both interact with the brick. And then we've got these 5 tiles as well. 5 tiles, 2 minifigures, 1 brick. They're meant to say it on the box. They list it there. So technically this set only comes with 3 minifigures that can be used elsewhere. And R2, whilst having that swivel head, Doesn't have a back, has 4 studs like the old Republic droid. Actually, the X-Wing isn't too bad. Not considering this is made to be swooshed, and if any of you have tried to swoosh around the 2012 X-Wing, let me say, the new X-Wings aren't too much different. There will still be parts falling all over the place. This is nice and secure. I quite like the design. It's different, it's scary, I understand. It's not going to be popular, but it's functional. And it's not too bad. I've seen worse designs, definitely recently in LEGO Star Wars. We won't get into that. And I love the fact that we're getting some surroundings. That is quite nice. But $79.99. I mean, I tell you what I can do. Give me 1 second, and rather than $79.99, that's £80. Does anyone know an £80 Star Wars set at the minute? No, I can't say that I do. But there we go. 80. What was it? £80. $79.99. So £80 is a lot of money. What about now? What are we thinking now? $54.99. I've called Lego. Can you make this set like a few quid cheaper for the stream? They sent me the link. $54.99. Is that a better price? Because that's what this is going to be on sale. And I've noticed that a lot of sets recently have been marked up from maybe like a £50 to £60, but then dropped to £40 in a sale. We've got the £140 MTT and Juggernaut, of which the MTT dropped to £90 Black Friday, which was pretty close. Okay, that's Black Friday sales. It's at the what is it at now? Let me have a look. But it's cheaper. It's probably around £100. Price of it now, 110 on Amazon. Oh no, 115. Oh, it's going up. Oh no, we're meant to be going down this time. Wrong way. 115 already. It was 100. Literally, I must have recorded that video about a week ago when we saw it was £100 and it's already 115. I guess they're probably putting it up so they can mark it back down to 100 for like Valentine's Day, maybe for Easter, and then May 4th, I'm hoping it drops to 90, but it ain't gonna matter because I want to buy it through Lego to get the gift with purchase. And I don't think Lego might give me double points or triple points on it, but I think I'm probably gonna have to spend the 140. That'll be wild. Ewing. There isn't a new. Oh, the Ewing. The Ewing is £60. So this is Ewing price. The Ewing was reduced to £40. The Smart Play being £55, I think is more manageable. I mean, it's definitely better than $79.99. But that's the lens I see things in. I thought they were going to show off the TIE Fighter. Can't believe that came in stock again, New Year's. That one was crazy. As well as the X-Wing, we have Vader's TIE. I think this should have been a twin pack. I think £60 and £80. I don't even think they stack. I don't think it's £140, not with what we've got in the other set. I think this is probably I want to say 120, but Lego would raise it to 140, wouldn't they? If we got both turrets, we got both refueling stations, and we got a little bit of Yavin, both ships, and all the minifigures, because this is quite a lackluster set. For £20 less, they've got rid of the little cart, this little cart, and 3 minifigures. This is quite a bit less, actually. We also only get 1 tile instead of 5. I tell you what, for as good as the build is, which it is good, I do really like this. This is a horrible set. Could you imagine? All right, think like 8+, think like 10-year-old who's starting to comprehend the value of money. I mean, I can't say for sure that I still comprehend the value of money at this age, but let's say a 10-year-old who's starting to get to grips with money and they're seeing this for £60 or this for £80. £20 difference. You're definitely getting like a £25 gift with purchase worth in that £20. So this is definitely worth it. Now imagine their brother or sister or sibling gets this and they're left with Vader's tie. I think that's a villain arc right there. I think if your sibling gets Luke's X-Wing and you get Vader's tie, that's villain arc. You're not the favourite. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not the favourite. That's oh no. Master Mouldie, Lego Star Wars YouTuber breaks families apart. Or what have I done? Hello there, never too old for Lego. Perfect time to join. Your other monitor has come on now. Yes, it was just a driver update. Love it. Yes, I have upgraded to 2 monitors as well. So I've the whole day. I have a vertical monitor. It's a bit controversial. I'm really liking it. I never like 2 horizontal monitors. Too much space. But I've had all 3 smart brick sets, and I've just been working away or watching Sync whilst I sort and looking at all 3 sets on the left side. That's where chat is as well. Really handy to have a big chat. May not be projectiles. You predict that the smart brick will be the downfall of Lego. Ooh, hello there, Lucasio. Thank you. So that was a compliment. You get Vader's tie and maybe a battle pack. I do think there will be probably a few battle packs here. That's true. You can add a battle pack on top of this. If you got Vader's tie and a battle pack, I think they're forgiven. I mean, let's face it, they're buying your Lego. They're forgiven straight away. I think the smart brick's an interesting call because played wrongly, yes, this will hurt Lego. I think Vader's TIE Fighter, some of us wanted a Vader's TIE Fighter, but Lego knows we were building them with bombers. If you do have the bomber and you want Vader's TIE Fighter, I have instructions, and I'd actually recommend just mocking it together because the wings are near enough the exact same. And this is going to be a really easy build for those of us that just want Vader's TIE. A few things to improve, literally 1x1s in the side there, and the back of the ship can be completely reworked. Which sounds daunting, especially if you haven't mocked anything out. But this is quite thick. You've got the bricks, the plates. You can tile it off and add some slopes on the front. Tile it off, plate it off. Add 1 layer of plates with some slopes to fill the gaps. Or rework it yourself. And you won't need the gap at the back for the smart brick. But I think the smart brick's interesting because you've got minifigures. I have to assume the minifigures have something in them besides a tag. The way Lego have built them. They've got to have like speakers, something like that. And if we do get minifigures with speakers, this is what I was thinking earlier. Ignore the smart brick. Get rid of it. Just hold your finger over the screen. Ignore the smart brick. Imagine if Darth Vader made sound and the lightsaber lit up, and all you needed was that other 2x2. Imagine Lego could fit inside the helmet and the torso all the technology of the smart brick and the right arm, and it probably would be a similar case to Mace Windu. Imagine if that technology fit inside one minifigure. They've had lights before. They've had lights with Mace Windu, who doesn't have his hilt, his saber blade, because that's with the lightsaber collection. But imagine we get these guys with sound. You press it and you don't need to imagine. You don't need to imagine. I've got one just up here, not a minifigure, but a Funko Pop. And companies have been doing this for years. Just clean Vader's skull off. All you'd need to do, similar to how the Lego one, the head gets pushed down and the lightsaber glows, push down the head. And it makes a noise. Vader breathing. I prefer the lightsaber sounds. Imagine if a minifigure did that. That's the market for, not adults, still. I think adults are, I was going to say old enough. That's not the right word. Adults are able, they have electronics at their fingertips. We're able to purchase light kits. We can add sounds to that if we want. I don't know any big companies that add sounds to them, but I've seen models that add a few ship sounds, lightsaber sounds. We do it with our custom lightsabers, so you just need to fit that inside a little brick. If they put a smart brick in a Clone Wars set, you'll get it. I think same. I think original trilogy is weird. We'll get onto that in a second. That's a good point, George. There may not be projectiles. Oh, read that one. Kind of look like the Lego Star Wars Qui-Gon. You know what? You know what it is? Doesn't Qui-Gon have like the two little side bits as well? Yeah, I should style it out. Just need to put my hair up. Hello there, Mark. Welcome. If they put a... Oh, you can almost guarantee that the smart brick sets will sit on shelf and collect dust just like Mario. I'm kind of hoping they do. Lego right now have a really good opportunity and I can't fault them for it. Smart play, smart brick. There's a lot of people interested. I don't think... CES. CES. That sounds like a second-hand game store. No offense. Well, guess we're not being invited next year. But CES isn't where parents go for Christmas ideas. I'm still covered in glitter and who knows what. Parents aren't at CES. CES is for tech investors. It's for people that want first-gen boxes of all this. It's for collectors. Lego Star Wars collectors are probably going to pick these up, not unbox them because they don't care about smart play, and have them collecting dust on a shelf. And then Black Friday, when these sets are a third off or more, if smart play has made its money back, because that's why these are so expensive. We've got a £60 set, an £80 set, a £140 set. This is paying for smart play. If this fails, Lego don't mind. I do think actually there'll be a few people at Lego that would be quite disappointed, but they'd have made their money back. This is an investment in itself, and Lego have an opportunity to reduce prices. If the next sets come out, similar pieces, similar like minifigures, everything, and they're cheaper, well, actually the next sets don't come with smart bricks. But if the next all-in-ones, which means they come with the charger, the brick, the minifigure, the tags, everything, if they come out and they're more expensive or the same price, I think they'll lose a lot of people. I do think they'll lose a lot of people because once something's been set in motion, it does tend to get a little cheaper before it starts to get more expensive. So Lego have oh, there you go. What's in an all-in-one? A smart brick, a smart minifigure, smart tag, smart charger. So this is literally the base set. I see a load of people picking this up just to test it out. I don't think you should. If you are going to pick it up, go for Luke's Red 5. Better than the Microfighter at the end of this year, unless that's got a smart brick in it. But the next sets won't have smart bricks. They'll be a lot cheaper. They'll be smart brick compatible, similar to this set. You've got room for 3 smart bricks, but only 1 in the set. And I'm hoping that the smart bricks are all the same. They'll probably update them as they go on. But I feel like the 2 smart bricks included in here and both of these will be the same. The one in Vader's, one in Luke's. I wonder if that's true for all smart bricks. Could I get like a Lego City smart brick that will be cheaper because it's not got that Star Wars license and whack it in an X-Wing? Do I need to get these tiles? Are these tiles going to be able to be replicated outside? Can I get my own tags? To be fair, I've looked at getting my own tags and just trying to copy across these codes. Getting them for this small is going to be so expensive. You genuinely might as well get the set. And the wireless charger, whilst we're criticizing it, the wireless charger, does it work with regular wireless chargers? Because most new phones, top-end phones, are wireless charge compatible. I have a watch that wireless charges, buds that wireless charge that I don't use anymore. A lot of tech is wireless charging. If this is a specific wireless charger, it's going to get lost, broken, thrown out. It needs to work with the rest. It can charge 2 at once, which is a benefit. We get a real-world image here, I think, of them charging 2. Is it this one, or is it one of the ones they announced at CES? There you go. This image right here. Let me find that back. Not a huge fan. Yeah, it's definitely hit or miss, and they are aimed at kids, 8+. They're not aimed for us, but I am excited for what this could mean. Imagine MIDI sets coming with lights built in. They wouldn't need smart bricks. You're not going to be swooshing them around, attacking. I really want Lego to get into this tech side. I don't want them to shy away from this. Finish bag 1, nice one. Star Wars is awesome. If Lego could light up, and UCS sets as well. UCS sets are so expensive. I think they could sneak them in for no extra cost. I think that's why Lego isn't doing them. Hello there, Moon Shoes. I think it's because they don't see much of a profit for what they're going to add to it. There's not going to be much money made. But if they add lights and sounds to UCS sets, Master Builders, and some of the high-end sets, the buildable characters, if 3PO or no, K2SO would be creepy. If 3PO's eyes lit up, made some sound as well, that would be awesome. This is my favourite of the bunch, and it's not because of the A-Wing and the Mustafar-like dueling platform, which is cool. This, I think as a set, if you remove the smart brick and knock off, what's it, like 140 quid? How much is this? 139.99. Ooh, this one hurts. This one hurts. But you knock off 50 quid? What's the smart brick worth? This is definitely not a £30 set, £35 set. Ahsoka Zeta was better than this. But let's say this is like £35, maybe stretching, and we're stretching here, £45 with both of these side builds, because the droid battle pack was £35 retail, and I think that was rumored to be 45 when it came with the rock build. I think that's a bit more to do with tariffs and price changes overseas than it is actually the rock build, but it is funny to see. So we'll say this is like £45. Well, this is 60. This is like a third on top of itself. So, well, 25% off for what I think would be a smart price without that brick. So if we knock 25% off this, we're looking at 105 still. Maybe this is like £100. Maybe £90 sets don't exist anymore. Maybe this is £100 for the oh, it's because of the A-Wing. Yeah, get rid of the A-Wing. That's a £10-15 set. Now we're down to £90. Where there's a will, there's a way. £90 for what was a £90 diorama, plus, well, built out a little less around the bottom, doesn't have the black frame, instead has a dueling ground. Yes, please. I love the Yoda, the duel on Geonosis, Yoda's little mechanism that allows him to do all the flips, tricks, and run up the walls. If we got this with a minifigure, because the platform might be odd. You might not like the platform for the minifigures, not this platform. This is nice. But the little platforms for the figures, you can just replace that with a neck bracket, and then add either like a nipple piece. There are some Technic ones as well that you could add to this and get them all flipping around. I think this is fun. This is what I want to see back in Lego Star Wars sets. This sort of play feature. I'm going to have them on display in the background. I'm not going to be playing with this for too long, but I just play with it for a video. Maybe battle different heroes, recreate Star Wars scenes in my spare time, and also that Palpatine throne. I can't remember what the Death Star one looked like, but it's better than the one that was in the diorama. Well, just as good as the one in the diorama. It could almost have been better. Where's Palpatine's throne? There we go. Got the purple on the back. I think it's just the wedges that we usually see for Palpatine's throne. They've replaced them with slopes, and it does look quite nice. But we've got the extended base, and it looks like it is on a separate bracket, so you could pop it off if you don't want it there. Lego seem to have thought of that, which they don't usually, so that's nice. So what do we... A smart brick isn't really for us, but I do think certain play features being brought in, that's nice. That reminds me of the Mustafar one. Never had it. Maybe now's the perfect time to revisit it. And we also have a few other Lego sets that have been... that we are waiting for images. So there are other... Oh, let me see if I can find my list. There are other smart play sets that we will get into. Oh, no, wait, what's this? Okay, fair enough. Let's see about that. Oh, we've got some new sets as well on the way. The one that really took to me, 75445. Hello there, Calvin Productions, no problem. The Anzellan Starship. I've been trying so hard to get a third Anzellan. I'm gonna hold off until that set comes out because I think it's dropped. The price of Babu has gone from £10 down to like £5 on Brickhouse, or at least there are a few uploaded since. Anzellan Starship, 700 pieces. Looking at what, about 60 quid? Not much more, maybe 65. I think it'll be about 60 quid. That's U-wing price, so down to 40 within like a month by June. This is one of the sets scheduled for May, probably to do with the Mandalorian movie coming alongside the Razor Crest and Grogu. Razor Crest being the return. Hopefully we can even see Zeb in that. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Oh, this is all smart brick stuff. Yeah, I can't find the oh wait, what if I just search it? See if we can find them. One of them was the Cantina, and I have seen, who was it that saw the Dewback? Oh, I didn't catch it. I did screenshot a Dewback. I saw a short on it. My partner showed me one, and it does look like the Dewback is brick built, which I love. It's built like the Microfighter brick built Dewback, but it looks so much better. What? Anzellan Starship. I can't wait to see images of that. I assume it will be revealed in the trailer if it is going to have a May release date, not March. March is when all of these smart play sets are coming out. 1st of March, you can pre-order them today. It's tempting. And in the UK, you can also pre-order them on Smiths. That's quite handy because that's a lot closer. And they all meet the £50 free delivery. Is it still 50? Yeah, free delivery on orders above £50. You won't have to worry about that. But Smiths have a £20 threshold for free delivery, which makes it a lot nicer when you're picking up battle packs. You don't have to pick up too many. Why? What was I looking? Oh, the other sets. So we've got a Mos Eisley. We've got a Land Speeder separate. I think it should have been included in it with the Dewback. I've actually already made my own one, which I'd have loved to have seen. So there's a slight bias on that. Everyone's just talking about the smart. Yeah, but I want a list of the other sets. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, hold on. Star Wars have posted their own update. That is a good idea. Yeah, I'll put the Dewback screenshot in Discord. That is a good idea. So members will be able to see that. We have a little update. Doesn't seem to be much of an update. Let me bring this up so that we can look through this together. I feel like we might be distracting ourselves with smart play. Instead of building the clone mech, I might try and build that later on. But this is all quite interesting stuff. Was that a life-size version of the new X-Wing? Interesting. Probably a little bigger than the 2013 one they did in terms of scale because of how small this one is. Yeah, it doesn't look any better at that size. Interesting they went with that one and not the UCS version. Same with the comics in the magazines, no doubt will... Oh, you've done it! Nice, thank you. So members will get a look at the screenshot in the Discord. Saves me having to work out how to bring it up on this. But interesting... They haven't gone UCS. So in LEGO Star Wars magazines, they usually add the build that is given. A lot of the time it is the Microfighter one. Or not the Microfighter one, the small scale. Even built the smart brick into it. It would have looked weird if not. And they had a little interactive. I kind of saw clips of that on the sphere. Again, this is sort of who it's for. People that look at that ball and go, wow, that's really cool. it's set to a maze. I think once you break it down and know how it works, some of the magic has gone. But what are the other sets? Luke, Vader, Throne Room, and coming up... No, nothing. Okay. I did hear reports actually. There were a lot of people saying that The Mandalorian was cancelled, and then about a week later, that was literally end of last year, a week later, they announced Ahsoka Season 2. It's like, well, not only is it not cancelled, but they've been working on other things too. The smart brick is a smart decision from Lego. I can't wait to see how it plays out. And this A-Wing, look at the new parts on this A-Wing. Forget about the fact that there's a massive hole in the back. That can be filled up real easy with some 45-degree 2x2 wedges. And then maybe like a double arch over the top with a jumper. I think that should fill it up. You might need to double up the layer of wedges, but we'll try that out when we build it. We've got the new wedges at the front. These are used a lot in the V19. I think they're in white. Same with these wedges in the Venator and the Acclamator, but they're in grey. Few recolors, and Lego just couldn't have done this a few years ago. Not without those parts. But today I was aiming at building the clone mech. So let me know in chat. Would you like me to start building the clone mech, or should we do that tomorrow and talk more about the smart brick? Because these look cool. I'm going to keep saying it. They look cool. They're new, so they get to look cool for a few weeks. We've got just under 2 months till they come out. But the next line of sets to go alongside these, I don't think they're coming out in March. I think the next line was later this year. So we could see like June, July even sneak in. Do we normally get sets in June? No, it's July. So July we could see a few more sets like this, and they're not going to have the smart brick. They're still going to have the gaps for the smart brick at the back of Vader's ship. There we go. Still going to have the gaps for it. Still going to have the gaps between Luke and R2. In Luke's land speeder, I don't know where the brick's going to go. Maybe at the back by the engine. Hopefully not in Kenobi's seat. Hopefully they won't knock Kenobi out. There's a big gap there. There's going to be a lot of space. There doesn't tend to be a lot of space in Lego sets. Like even here, you can see it's filled up with Greeblin peeking up. Hello there, General Grievous. And quite compact. Detail has been squeezed in. And we've got used to that. Now there's just going to be the smart brick gaps in it. And I'm actually surprised they didn't have a few like tiles with the Death Star. That would have been nice. Anyone that bought the Death Star had to buy it day one to fill this gap with a TIE fighter. And then like a smart brick goes in the restroom here. So pretty sure that's what it is. Toilets? Oh no, that's the escape pod. Smart brick in the escape pod so that you can eject it, or so that you can hear some like cool exclusive Death Star sounds. That would have been funny to me because I didn't pick up the Death Star, but that would have been annoying if you picked up the Death Star and had to spend another 60 quid. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't. It's new. It's probably not going to do well. Oh, wait. What was that comment that I said about talking about later? They put a smart brick in a Clone Wars set, I'll get it. But for now, I'm not interested in the original trilogy. That was George earlier in chat. And that is a good point. Why original trilogy? Why not the sequels? The original trilogy has been doing pretty well. We just got the Death Star pretty nicely. The prequels, we get the odd Clone Wars set. They're doing well, and they will get, I'm sure Clone Wars have got to get smart play sets soon. Imagine like the clones and droids. They'd have to give us two sides of two factions that can fight. We don't get as much as a turret. We either get droid focus builds or clone focus builds. The one exception retired at the end of last year, the 2024 battle pack that gave us a bark speeder and a stap, neither of which could fit the smart brick. And I don't think neither of which will ever have a smart brick, right? Right, Lego? Right? But Sequels, why not sequels? I think the sequels aren't popular with collectors much. I mean, Kylo's helmet has sold really well, and I think the midi scale Kylo Ren shuttle probably didn't do too bad. I didn't see it on any more sales than any of the other sets around the time. So why not? Why not? Even Luke's Red 5. Why don't we have Luke's Red 5 with Luke, with Rey, and then you've matched up to both? We get a TIE fighter. Vader's TIE Advance is going to be Vader's ship. But you think Vader doesn't fly a TIE? You think Vader always has his TIE Advance? No, he's crashed it a few times, or like still flying half a ship and had to steal a TIE for a mission. Something the Lego Star Wars comics wouldn't think about. But give us Vader and Kylo in a TIE fighter. Maybe it's a 2-in-1. Maybe Vader's TIE can have little extenders in the middle, and then you get Kylo in the same set. Because then it applies to original trilogy and sequels. We've seen the Hasbro figure packs that come with... Let me bring that up. It was Maul, Rey, and someone else. Because kids don't mind if they're not. This is the one. Good versus evil. Let me just make sure. Yeah, there we go. Oh, in stock. I don't know. No, this doesn't know where I am. I was gonna say. I don't think this is in stock anymore in my local Smiths. It's not. But this is the set with the Darth Maul, Kylo Ren. So you've got prequels, you've got sequels, you've got original, you've got sequels, and then you've got like spin-off. This is a Kenobi. This isn't Phantom, this isn't Attack, this isn't Revenge of the Sith, this isn't even A New Hope. This is a Kenobi series Kenobi. You can see it's even got that Kenobi there. So we've got prequels. Maybe this is ahead of time for Rey. No, because this also has The Force Awakens Rey. Maybe this is what Rey will look like in the new Jedi Order. And they just wanted to tie in absolutely everything. You've got the Republic. You've got the Fall of the Republic / the Rise of the Empire. Then you've got the Height of the Empire. Then you've got Rey during or just after the Fall of the Empire / Rise of the First Order. And then Kylo during the whole sequel debacle. I don't think we've got an era for that. But whatever that was about, whatever happened in that year and a half, a 5-pack of absolute madness going on in there. We could have had something like that in a Lego set. Apply it to multiple. You know what? They could even throw Darth Maul in the TIE fighter. Maul's stolen a few Rebel and Imperial ships throughout his time. Not sure the X-Wing would do too well with Anakin. Unless... No, not really. I don't know if Anakin kind of works because, you know, Anakin, Luke, Rey, they're the main characters of the trilogies. But something like that. Instead of all these other minifigures that can't be used, we've got a Leia and a Luke. We've got enough of them. But it would have been awesome to have seen someone like Rey in here, because it still works with the Rebel and the Trolley, and R2. The Imperial Stormtrooper, not so much, but I don't fully understand this. They've only given us one smart brick, so that turret can't be played with the X-Wing, and is itself a separate set. You'd have to double this to be able to use them both, or pick up another set. The Rebel turret doesn't even try to hide the smart brick, because it knows it's not going to need it. So maybe the Imperial could have had a similar thing to that. I think actually the Stormtrooper's pretty nice. I'd swap the Stormtrooper and the turret for Rey. And another side build. Maybe something that related to Rey. But anyway, let me start clearing this and we can start work on the Trooper Mech. Taking the brand new... Actually, do I need to clear this? How much space do I need? How much space do I need? That's a good question. Let's have a look. A little bit more than I've got. Also, the nice thing with where the desk is that I can just slide it over to the side. Right, that should be good, and I can just slide it out of view. I like the sound of that. If in doubt. Hello there, Noah. Welcome. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be buying many smart. I do kind of want a smart brick. I am tempted to the dark side of the smart bricks, but it's literally to test it out and to see. It's not really. It's to play around with it. It's to play with it because growing up, there are a lot of older creators in the space, especially. I mean, you don't get anyone under 12 on YouTube that isn't edited by a parent who probably also doesn't like the price of the new Lego sets. So I don't know. That's a different side of the world, different side of the internet, and just like with the similar play features we saw. Let me bring that back up to the dual set. There are going to be kids that grow up playing with this set that remember this feature and remember the smart brick as well, and it's going to create memories that you just can't have on. I mean, it is also partially marketed to be a away from screen sort of play experience. I think that's odd because you could probably get the Builders app, can you? Is it Builders app compatible? Please say it is. It doesn't say yet. Maybe they're going to stop the Builders app and online instructions, but that's a step back because I do want to build this and I don't want to pay 140 quid for it. Screen free play. Do they have the screen free play? I mean, if they're using the Builders app, which Lego does recommend for younger fans, is it screen free play? I feel like Lego are behind the times. All right, Lego are new to the whole screen side. They have companies make games for them. Lego themselves don't make any computer games, don't have any hand in that side of work. And like with the magazines, Blue Ocean push a lot of screen free play and similar attributes to that. But is it really? Because in the magazine, it will tell you to look up things, or it will tell you to check this out, and it will have a link to the latest Ninjago episode, or another magazine that you can purchase online at, and there's links all throughout it. So is screen-free play really something that you should be pushing? Is screen-free play... Like, I don't see how screen-free play helps them. If they were still selling wooden toys, yes, they wouldn't want people playing the latest up-and-coming AAA games. But they're not. They don't make wooden toys. They make plastic bricks that people talk about online. And I suppose these are 8+ sets. A lot of... You see a lot of adverts for Wi-Fi companies, broadband companies, about locking kids away from the internet. I think there is... I think it's rubbish. Honestly, flat out blanket statement, just so you don't take anything I'm about to say the wrong way. I think it's rubbish. I don't think you can lock peeps out the internet. If you lock a kid out the internet, I think they're going to get onto it one way or another, and their pocket money is going to be going to mobile data every month. It costs what? I think my phone contract is literally £5-6. And that gets me more than enough to... Yeah, you couldn't play games on it every single night, but it's enough to access the internet for enough time that they don't want. So rather than trying to stop kids accessing the internet, why don't we show them how to? Why don't you show them what to do? Because at the end of the day, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, I guess you won't resonate with it. Maybe you are. Maybe you remember being a kid. And all the stuff around the internet and it being a strange new thing, a lot of that is because parents don't understand what the internet is and what a really cool tool. I guess another way to put it is a calculator. If you're working out Lego have a security system where they get you to do a calculation to prove you're not a kid, and I can see parents handing it to their kids to solve. Just because most parents don't do maths. Most parents don't have to calculate their own taxes, let alone, do any other multiplication or that. And that's what the internet's like. A lot of parents don't understand it fully or are worried for themselves, and the news doesn't help. The news spreading all these random stories, and Oh, nice. 100 subs. Congrats. And it is the scary side. Sad part is, oh, finish bag 2, open bag 3, and it was literally just 1x2 Translite blue tiles to make the water. I remember seeing that. At the time, I think it set the record for trans 1x2 tiles, but I think it was built out from, it was beat out. There was a set that had more 1x2 translucent tiles. And I want to say it was one of like the Koi Garden or something, but I don't think that had a lot of 1x2 trans tiles. I can't remember the set now. It might have been like a Bricklink designer program or something like that. Also ordered 150 off Pick a Brick to make your own city module. You'll probably need them just to match up to the Ninjago one. I can see incorporating that would be nuts. I think a lot of it is parents not understanding. It's some parents do. I think it depends how you've been brought up. If you were brought up, you know, on the internet playing games, you'll have a better idea security and safekeeping and that side of things. Whereas if you brought up in even all right, this is going back to before most of our parents' times now. Well, some of our parents' times, but even like arcade machines, right? They still were susceptible to certain attacks and had a level of cybersecurity, but that's baby steps compared to cybersecurity now. The amount of information that's out there isn't just your high score. It's everything but your high score sometimes. All right, how's this looking? Is this clean enough? Yeah, that'll do. So I understand it being scary, and I think Lego doing the smart brick. That's there's a better way of putting that. Lego releasing the smart brick and coming out with technological based sets that claim to get people away from the screen time. It's a weird call. It is a weird call. If anyone needs an arc, you know a guy. That is approaching dad jokes right there. There's a good one though. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the smart brick turns out to be. I've still got the images up, so we could be talking about them whilst we build as well. There is also a new Star Wars book announced, or a comic of some sort, coming out in Europe. So that's, oh wait, hold on. Is this just a recover of the Lego Star Wars magazine? I think this is one of those magazines that just take the comics without the games, and I think they give us 3 comics instead of 2. That'd be interesting. Have to keep my eye out for that. In a database for dad jokes. So my plan for the stream, which, you know, we're only an hour in, the stream is still young, was to create a clone trooper mech for the 322nd, aka the leg clone trooper, the leg legion. Create a little mech for them, and it's part of a few other mechs that I have planned. There's a few mechs, not just clone mechs. We have seen the Spider-Man mechs, which we built. Did we build midweek Tuesday? I think we built them Tuesday. But with the 327th battle pack that I have here, well, I should model this off. We'll take a look at it on the desk at the minute. That also came with a spider droid and the teeniest turret. Forget about that. That's barely a turret. But we've already built the 327th. Oh yes, where did I put? We need the torso of that back. No, not the 327th. The clone Shock Trooper mech. That's the one. We already built the Shock Trooper mech. Kind of want to modify it to be a 327th Trooper. Take a look at the brand new camera angle. I got a proper webcam which does bow. Not the greatest fan of it, but I think we can work it out. Just ignore all the little bricks and parts that I've pushed to the side of the desk. There we have the Clone Trooper mech. What's up with the quality? Where's it? It was great a second ago, and now it's... Is it because I reduced it? What? No, thank you. Wait a second. What happened? I don't want to play 4K. Why can a webcam go that high? You're just stretching pixels at that point anyway. What do you mean? All right. I guess. I give in. There we go. That should be better. Oh, yeah, it does look a bit better anyway. Maybe it's just on my screen. Let me know if this is any better, any worse. The fisheye effect is nice because it means we'll be able to stand sets on the side and still kind of see them, as opposed to them probably being cut off around like here. So that is pretty cool. So the aim of the stream is to basically make it yellow. There's a few details, like we've still got clips the wrong way around. We've still got the clips on for the Karma. I might make a Karma out of plates and slopes because the elements we used for Fox were quite nice. And this is also, oh, that's why this isn't the right torso. This torso is Luke's. We'll take the arms and legs, and I'm going to switch out the colors on here to save rebuilding the whole thing. But this is built using the brand new Clone Shock Trooper mech, which we have the torso on our amalgamation mech, and you best believe that Republic logo is staying. Should have come on the Lego mech. That's something that I can understand. We were talking about parents. I mean, it's not necessarily parents, but I think the spotlight was on parents because the smart brick are aimed at kids, and we were talking about the magazine as well. But is there a way to exposure lock this? Maybe not. Still getting to grips with this. We were talking about what was I going to say about the torso? I've lost my trail of thought now. No. Oh yeah, about parents. It's not just parents because the mechs, something as simple as the mechs. We got the Stormtrooper, Boba and Vader mech that were like how I've built this mech. Then we got the Luke mech, which was ships. Oh, that's interesting. Maul's mech's coming out. Maybe that's a Scimitar again. We got a lot of Scimitars around that time and a lot of Darth Maul. And then they did a third style, which they seem to be continuing today with the Shock Trooper mech. But we've now got 3 different styles of mechs. Maybe it is a... Maybe it is a... It's not progression. It's not really a progression because we're not getting anywhere. The mechs aren't staying around long enough. What do we need? Some tiles. I think tiles and tiles. Let's start with tiles, and let's hope I don't get any more distracted getting those. Oh no, we'll start off with these then. I think they're called grills. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. The whole drawer fits in. Could do with a bit better lighting. I don't know why the sides are a bit darker. That's to replace either side of the leg. Oh, nice one. I think, oh wait, that's what I was talking about. So with the smart brick about, yeah, the fear of not understanding. I think it also comes down to it being new, the mechs being new, Lego. Star Wars doesn't seem to be consistent. Star Wars seems to be almost like a playground for Lego designers to test something out. And I know a lot of the good sets that we've praised, the ETA, the V19, have been designers' first sets in Star Wars, not first Lego sets. They've just been first Lego Star Wars sets, and they've had like a handful of I think Ahsoka Zeta might have been a new set designer now. I'm trying to think back. But a lot of the designers come over from City or Ninjago or Creator or Icons even. Eating a dip dap. Oh, the biscuit with the chocolate. There they are. That is a dip dap, right? Wait. What is this show? Oh, the lollipop slash the stick. Yes, that's nice too. What was the biscuit with the chocolate? Were they called something different? I dipped and dabbed. Well, I guess I didn't dip and dab that. I don't think saliva helps chocolate stick. That is awesome. Sherbet. It's some of them have a lolly, some of them have like a lolly stick, if you will. May the bricks be with you, Noah. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, dip dap is that's nice. With the sets, is that all the grills? Kind of want to add 2 up here. Might go with yellow. With the sets, there is a progression loss, and this is why the mechs is why people don't like smart play. That's what I'm blaming. This mech right here is why adults specifically, or older fans of Lego don't like smart play. And it's down to the fact that Lego are going to switch this up in a few months, and for all we know, that Microfighter X-Wing is going to have a smart brick with it. It might as well. Even if they charge like 15 quid, I think that would make it worth it with a smart brick. No charging dock or anything, just include the smart brick. What a way to get into it. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Did I need slopes? I remember needing slopes. Yeah. Just because Lego change their mind too often. Way too often with minifigures, with sets. And in one way it's nice, because it does allow the designers some freedom. It does allow us as collectors, well, us as fans, some freedom. Collectors, it must be a pain in the bum for collecting the helmets, then the MIDI, then, oh, another helmet. Then collecting the minifigures as well. And then they'll suddenly in 2020 redo all the clone troopers. Okay, they look pretty good in 2020, I have to admit. And then in 2026, they're now making new clone troopers. Wait, what was wrong with 2020s? What was wrong with the 2020 clones? We've literally collected shinies. We collected, I'm going to include the gunner as its own entity because that works with a load. We've got Windows troops. We've got the 501st, 332nd, 212th, Coruscant Guard. 7. We got 7 legions of clone troopers before Lego hit reset. And I know they work, they're compatible, but they're not the same. They're different. And that is going to annoy me. And I'm sure there's more people in my boat. I don't get it. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. If someone can explain it, then feel free. Why would Lego switch up collections every couple of years? Because I can understand like Hasbro bringing in new lines of figures, of characters, because it gives people more things to collect. But Lego aren't doing it right. I think it's easy to fall out with Lego, of collecting Lego, of buying Lego, because it's so inconsistent in areas. If they were just a little bit more consistent, then they might have more people buying all the time. Not that Lego is troubling with sales. I make it sound like Lego are falling off or something. They're not. And that's what hurts. That's what hurts more than anything. The fact that Lego are doing things like this. They're not maximizing profits as I would see them. Not that I know anything about maximizing profits for a brick company. I'm just here to build things. I'm here to have fun and build things. But I would like to see Lego succeed even more at what they're doing. And obviously they can't do that if they lose Star Wars. Kind of important, historically speaking. Hello there. Thank you. Thank you. Just got to work the slope into it now. And try and get... I might replace this arm joint. Oh yeah, we added hinges to the arms. If you haven't seen any previous videos, this is a modified playset. In case you were wondering how the arm does straighten out. This would be a great... not this set, but Mechs would be great for Fallout. Watching the new Fallout show. And that would be... What a set that would be. Alright. We're going to need a 1x1 and another cheese slope. Wish I knew that a second ago. But at least we know it now. White. And some good old cheese. That should be enough. I know we've got some on the mech that we've taken off. Where did I put... Oh no, it was red. Huh. It wouldn't have worked. It was red anyway. But I'm trying to keep all the parts to the side, just in case I want to rebuild this after we've done with the 327th. Yes, so the leg legion. If you see 327, and if you flip it upside down, it looks like it says leg in Orbesh. They're the Orbesh numbers, so they're slight different proportions, and that 100% says leg. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is nothing but leg. We can display it on the side. This is what I like about this webcam. The fact that the quality might not be there yet. I'll play around with it just a little bit. But it's not there, is it? It's pretty good. It's halfway house. Am I going to the National Brick events in January? I was looking at, I think it's literally a week out. There's one, well, none of them are near me, but there's one not too far from family as well. But I don't think I will. I don't think I will, because there's a lot going on outside of the brick events. They were really cool, and I do want to go back at some point soon. Ooh. Do we... If we could place this just in the middle, that would be perfect. Or do we remove the plate? Yeah, that's better. That's better for it. We just round off the shoulders. As long as they're sloped, that'll do. It's a sign to keep the leg and change the rest. Exactly. All right. This should be easier now we know what we're doing. What I am doing is changing all the red parts to yellow, and then we'll go from there. If we need to add a few more details, we've got the knee. Is the shock trooper? Shock trooper does have red boots, whereas this guy doesn't. But the shock trooper also, oh, they have the lines up top, which this guy is going to be covered by a Karma. And then we could yellow the knee out a bit. Let's try and keep one drawer out at a time. Don't want to stock them too high. I could even change some of them to gold or tan. Don't need you or you. Oh, third time lucky. The one you're going to is on the 18th. Oh, that must be the one after the one that I was looking at. I'd say they can't be too far away, but they're all over the country, aren't they? So that could be the other side. Who knows? Did I get any others of the new sets? So I picked up, what would you've seen the battle pack, haven't you? Nope, box ain't there. You've seen the battle pack. And I picked up 2 of these. So far, I haven't picked up... Well, we've got some other playsets. We've got Cobvamp Speeder. Not Cabvane, what? Cobvamp Speeder I already have. Let me get 'em. And Mando's Speeder. I already built. I do want the minifigures to go with these, so I will pick up the actual, at least the Cobb Vamp speeder set at some point. But I have already built both Vamp Speeder and Mandos. I would like to go back through them, double check I've got all the pieces there. And then maybe make the minifigure Scout. I think that's a really fun video to do. And I was going to do it with the battle pack, but I've been off-putting it because my desk just hasn't been clear. This is the clearest my desk has been this year. Actually, since October? Since October, my desk mat, and like there's a few pieces on it now. It will be clear by the end of the stream. But my desk mat has not been fully cleared. Usually in videos, I just have like a pile of spare parts behind the camera. Little BTS for you. It's good. Yeah, I haven't picked any up. Grogu, I'm not interested in the 4+ set. The Venator, I'll be honest, a Venator's not for me. I love the midi scale sets. I'll build it if I get gifted it. You know, it's the sort of Lego set that I will just leave if I get it as a gift. That's a pretty expensive gift. Maybe once it goes down on sale, then I'll definitely build it. But I've already built 2 Venators now, and the one we built with the Acclimator was pretty close. So I am happy with that. I was going to build it with the Acclimator that I got for Christmas, but then I decided that I've already built it. I parted it out at the start of last year. I'd rather build something different with the Acclimator, so I've got a few plans that I spoke about. I tell you what, if any of you go back, watch those, it's what, like 2-3 streams and a couple videos from them, and find out what I'm going to be building, I would be very impressed. It's hidden in there very well, but it is there. I do mention it. Have made a Mandalore mock. Try to post it on the community. Awesome. Can't wait to see that. I do want to build a Mandalore mock as well. I think I'm going to save it till after the Mandalore movie. So that, and I do want to see the Mandalore movie in cinema. Star Wars is the one thing that will get me back to the cinema every single time. Unless it comes out on digital same day. In which case I'll probably watch it on digital. But I do want to go to the cinema for that. Maybe I get like a late night showing the night before. I know a lot of cinemas, especially the ones near me, do like a 10 p.m. They start the movie so that it finishes at midnight. And I might look into doing something like that, just so there's like no kids in the cinema. No offense, near me, the kids are noisy. You can't get any peace or quiet in the cinema. One place you expect it as well. Whilst the movie's on. I feel like I'm getting old, complaining about noise in the cinema. I do think there was some... I think if Disney were to post movies straight to Disney Plus, they'd have to charge a lot more. And it's the way it's going. So I don't want Disney to... You know what, if you work for Disney, if you work for Disney Plus, and you're watching this, tune out now. But I do feel like with Black Widow it was like £20. I think I ended up watching that in the cinema, but it was like 20, or maybe did we buy it on Disney Plus? I feel like we went to the cinema for it, but Black Widow came out on Disney Plus same day and it was £20 to watch. And this is the wrong drawer. A cinema ticket for me at full price is nearly £20. So unless you're going early mornings on a Monday, I think you can get tickets for like £8, £10. Usually they're closer to £20. So would I rather go to the cinema alone or purchase it on a streaming platform where not just I can watch it with my partner, but then we can have like our families round and all watch it for the price of one ticket? I think it was a no-brainer that people were just going to watch it on Disney Plus. They should have charged more. A lot more. Not that they should charge more. We don't want that. Oh yeah, red. There we go. Went to see Black Panther in theatres. Black Panther, it has a very special place in my memories because during the ads I built the Black Panther. It was the It was the one with Black Panther and Shuri, and then it had a little mechanism that you could fire at the wall. And then I feel like Black Panther had a skateboard or something. They whacked some sort of board in there. I think Black Panther didn't have a skateboard. It might have been where the suit was standing. I don't remember. That was a good one. Family behind you at Black Panther had a crying child that wanted to go home. Said it repeatedly during the entire movie. It does ruin the experience. And even though I know cinema staff can be quite good in, you let them know and they'll like deal with it, they'll escort them out, or they'll tell them to quiet down or something. But then you've still had to take a couple minutes out. Like, imagine it's getting to the good part of The Mandalorian. You walk out to let a member of staff know someone's being noisy. You come back in, like proper Karen-like, go speak to the manager. You come back in and you're looking up and Plo Koon's there. What did I miss? Like, you could miss something that could change the entire movie. I'm not saying Plo Koon is going to show up, but it would be nice. It would be nice. No problems, George. Just wondering if I'd like to see you on Ninjago Harbour Mock in the community. Yes, please. Fill the community with pictures of mocks. That is quite nice about YouTube. I do like it. We do have the members Discord for channel members. But if you aren't a member, share any sort of Lego mocks in the community. Please do. By then, viewing's been ruined. Yep, exactly. And, the movie could be over by the time you come in. It depends how long the queue is. It is one of those things, the comfort of your home. And that being said, cinemas thrived when, back in my day, video players and square TVs, you couldn't compete with the cinema. Nowadays, you can get projectors that go on the wall. Ooh, just noticed there's a lovely spot of wall. Actually, we've got this teeny one. We could add a mini projector. It'd still be like 60 to 80 inches up here. The wall's a lot further away than it seems on camera. You could get a nice monitor up there. I mean, that's still a TV at that point. You could get a wall projector for your home. And yes, it's not as good as the Odeon. You're not going to get the sound quality. I don't think you'll get, because that costs a lot of money and that's just hard to put in a room. But also, you're not going to get the high definition that they do. But you'd get something that's pretty close. And when it comes to how much you're paying for cinema tickets, if Odeon had like a subscription service that meant, and you'd still have to buy tickets for them, but if you could pay a bit extra to watch them at home, I think that could be popular. Imagine Odeon becoming the next Blockbusters. Somehow Blockbusters returned, but it's all digital and it's like cinema movies. You can, instead of renting cinemas, which you can do, rent in a cinema, I think it costs, I had a look at it. It costs a lot to rent a cinema. You have to get like a whole group of people together to make it really worth it. Blockbusters renting cinema movies. They're not on spools anymore, but you've got digital codes flying around. We'll take some of those. What happened to the spot above the 3D printed display? It had... Oh, we had the drawers there previously, and I took those down. I replaced the drawers with these guys, more big drawers, and I've sorted out most of them. I just need to 3D print a ton of these containers. These are all 3D printed to specific sizes to fit with the parts that they are storing. So I need to 3D print a few more of these, and then I'll show it off, because I really do like those drawers. It depends what sort of mock building you're doing, and a lot of the pieces that I am now using aren't pieces that have come out once or twice in the last year. They've come out quite a few times, or I've managed to pick them up online in a bundle. So those little drawers weren't cutting it for me. We needed to upgrade, and upgrade we did. No problem. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's a good show. I I never remember if I finished watching that because I'd always just catch the episodes on TV. I feel like there's some unresolved stories I should catch up on. But not before Ninjago. Ninjago's called Dibs. You don't like the Cod Vamp Speeder other than Cad Bane? I think that's fair. It's massive. I thought this was going to be minifigure Scout, and I built it, and I shrugged it off. Never thought of it. And then I saw... I don't remember who. I saw someone try to build this Fig Scout, and it's like double the size. It's meant to be about this big, and it's just not. It's quite big, but I do think it's a decent, quite a fun Lego model. I like the fact that it's got this interior as well. That's one of my favourite parts about it. It works. Like, this isn't just bricks. They could have just put two 2x4s, yeah, two 2x4s in the middle section here, but they chose to fill it out. But 100%, I'm buying this for the minifigures. When it goes down to $16.99, no problem, Vaughn. I don't even remember it. Not that I would spoil it. I wouldn't, but you know, I can't spoil it. It's out of the question. When this goes down to $16.99, I'm gonna pick up one of these sets. No more. It's tempting to say two because I would want another Cobb Vanth head, but for $16.99, I can pick that up cheaper. I can pick up a few different heads and hair pieces for that price. For quite a bit cheaper. Let's go on to the feet. We've done the legs, they're yellowed out, and the arms were easy. They only had that top piece. The torso, a little less so. Not too difficult, mind you. I'm going to grab one of these belly slopes as well, just because thereby all the other slopes, a lot of the slopes share a big drawer. I just need a new chair that I can just swivel back on, Emperor Palpatine style. Everything has gone as I have foreseen. Young Skywalker, it is your destiny. And now, your friends are doomed. Anyone needs a Palpatine voice, let me know. I've been practicing for that. I don't know if those snot panel pieces exist in yellow. I also haven't sorted through them yet, so they're over there. So we'll have to build them out. If I can find the 2x2, nope. 2x2, nope. 2x2, nope. 2x2, yes. We'll get that one. And oh, slopes, yes. No. This is gonna be fun. No slopes. Let's improvise. Let's have a look. We need these. And any more cheese slopes? Yes. At this point, I should have just grabbed the entire drawer. Got some What's Like decal paper from your nan for Christmas. Awesome. What a gift. That is the gift that keeps on giving. She's really into crafting. I'm saying it now. You've got an awesome nan. Decal paper for Christmas. Want to make some custom stickers for your Ninjago City Harbour mock? Anything you need to know before trying. If you've got someone who paints their nails, I would recommend above. I haven't tried out many different sprays and coating and that, but when you print on decal paper, it's kind of like a wet floor. It's slippery, and once you print something on, if you were to smudge your finger, it would just blur the entire image. So I recommend, and I don't have a preference in what nail polish. So let's. We're not sponsored here. Cover the labels. But I cannot recommend nail polish enough. Print like a decal or any sort of graffiti work or that, or whatever on the decal paper, and then just go over it with a very thin coat of nail polish or any sort of primer. I mean, if your nan's into crafting, she's probably got some, proper top coat stuff for it. But my preference is nail polish because nail polish makes the surface go a bit harder, which probably wouldn't work for rounded objects. Maybe that's why we have a little trouble with astromech torsos. I have to hold them a bit longer. I never thought of that before. Maybe I should get a different coat for them, but any flat surfaces, yeah, nail polish is really good. It keeps them nice and sturdy. Oh yeah, totally. So you're looking for the clear top coat for nail polish. Any of the clear stuff, it'll normally say, yeah, normally say top coat. That's the sort of stuff that you want to be using. And I do recommend that. It's not the right stuff, but it's the good stuff. And then I'd say as well, don't forget about it, because I always end up putting it in water, the decal paper, so that the back can be removed. I think the process, once you've done it a few times, you pick it up. You pick it up fairly quickly. I won't try to explain everything here because some things are better for paper instructions. I'm not going to know what words to use. But, oh no, tile, yes. When you put it in water, it says 30 seconds. Don't worry if it's 45. It will still work just as well. I have honestly left it in water for minutes whilst I've been, talking about something in a video. And the section I talk about will be maybe 45 seconds, but I've had to record it like 3-4 times where something's gone wrong in it. And it's still fine. It still works out. I think decal paper, the biggest issue is if you like fold a corner, or if you scrunch it, or if you've smudged it, if maybe you haven't coated the entire thing. The annoying thing is at the start, be prepared to, have to print like 2 of everything maybe on the paper, or at least be ready to print it again. Maybe print it once to start off with, but get ready to print it again. You don't have to print the entire sheet as well. I've been printing decals recently. I don't have the page with me. Do I have anything not sensitive that I can show on camera? Oh, a magazine, that'll do it. Oh, this is an old one. Here I have the Qui-Gon Jinn magazine 119. To put it into perspective, we're on issue 131, which is 13 magazines after this. So this is 2024 then. 13 magazines ago would be Christmas 2024. What I tend to do with my torsos is print a line. And you'll always want to print something in a line that can be blocked off. Hello there, Archer. So that when that prints and you've got torsos above my fingers, I will then cut the paper there, and the next time I print, I'll load the sheet in. That way you can then keep printing. Just remember, the next page that you print isn't going to be fully A4 size. It's going to be a bit shorter. I think when you get to about this much page left, then it'll only print the top section. If you cut it any smaller, then it doesn't go as well. But it's a really nice skill to have, because you see with the clone mech here, this is a decaled piece. And this is one of my best decals, I think, because you can't even notice really it's a decal unless you know what you're looking for. It's very hard to notice it's a decal. If you come back in like a year's time after you've been decaling, you'll know exactly how you can tell this is a decal. But it's or at least I can't tell in person. Maybe you can on camera. But it's a nice skill to have. I turn around and say, I wish Lego did. I can do that. Why Lego? Why wait? Why wait for Lego? I can do that. Exactly. Welcome back. Hello there. This is awkward getting in under this. I'm happy I stole those 1x5s. There we go. Sometimes you just have to pull it all apart to get it back together. Ain't that the case? Instead of this bracket, I'll just put a 1x2 on a 2x2, and is it less secure? Kinda. if you were to like bend these toes, it would fall off eventually, but it holds up. It holds up rather nicely. Where pieces don't exist, it's a really nice substitute. You get a Ziploc bag, a zippy for them. Don't think I have any laying around. Hello there, Owen. Welcome. If anyone else does want to look at getting into decals, I do recommend picking up top coats for anyone that doesn't, you know, that doesn't paint their nails or doesn't know. Top coats cost like £1, maybe £1 something. It depends where you're buying them, and it depends like brand name, how big they are, but they're not massive. They last a pretty long time. I'm on my third one, which with how much I have been decaling, to only be on my third nail polish is impressive. And at that, I'm not even sure the first one was sealed. I think I took that off my partner mid-use. Of course, ask before you just start taking all these. Oh, I need that. Taking all these nail polishes. It's going to be a nail polish shortage now. Saving up for a UV printer. Crazy at 6K. There are a few cheaper, but I was looking at a few of the. Well, there's the big one, Mech UV printer, which I wouldn't recommend picking up just because of how cheap it was to support. I think if you missed out on it, it's one of those things that they'll be in a Black Friday sale in like a few years time when the hype sort of died down, or when someone else has picked it up. But for about £6,000, you can get like one of those Lego sized ones. Now it's not as good as the Lego one. The actual one that Lego used costs about 280,000, I think, a piece. That is the one that I got led to, at least, unless that was a more fancy one. But the one that they use in the Lego store can do so many elements that the minifigure factory has so much it can expand upon. It's nuts, the potential that has got. So I'm really happy to see over Christmas three Lego fans / fans of designing things got their torsos in the Lego factory. That was cool to see. 3 content creators, shall we say. Cheaper is sometimes better quality. Oh, well, for 6K, I don't think you're getting any worse quality than 280K. I think there's just like there's probably something in it as well. Lego probably got them bundled and got them like 90% off. But I think when you're talking about UV printing especially, and something that is very straightforward, you get to a few thousand and it all looks the same. Our eyes won't be able to tell. Maybe a computer will, but it's a good thing a computer isn't watching these videos, these streams. Otherwise, nah, I don't know. I don't know what a computer would. Computer would have a field day with some of these videos. Wait, where did that come from? Was yellow in the top drawer? No. Hold on. Oh, it came from the middle. Now it makes sense. Look at all this wasted space in this drawer. This is one of the drawers that do need some of the new tubs. Although, good thing with this, because I haven't sorted it yet, I can just empty it into the side of the drawer. Ooh, I quite like that. There we go. Let's not make too much. Oh wait, I need 2 more of them. Perfect. Don't want to make a mess if we don't need to. But now if I need any red pieces, easier to find. Saw Avatar Fire and Ash and it was awesome. Oh, I can't believe I didn't go to the cinema for that. I think it's because I didn't go for... No. Did I? I think I did go for the last one. Did I? Because that was like last year. I don't think I did. Either I did last minute or I waited for it to come out on Disney Plus. Didn't it come to Disney Plus around like Valentine's? Could it had only been about 3 months? But now they're saying this one came out December, basically Christmas. And I think they're saying about 6 months before it comes to Disney Plus, or you can get it elsewhere, because it smashed so many records again. Of course it did. Avatar. I don't think anyone was expecting anything else other than for it to smash records. There we are. Surprised we didn't see any Avatar sets though for Fire and Ash. Or did I miss those? In Ninjago City sets, they always have Easter eggs as advertisements. I saw that in the big ones. For example, you had a sticker about Fabuland. Ooh. Would I like a custom sticker in your city? If so, what would the text be? Ooh. Ooh, what would the text be? There's always like, there's a few things that I do say a lot, but what's like a deep Master Mouldie cut? There's got to be something. I'll have a little think. I do like the references because they're not always on the nose as well. Like in the brand new 8080 MIDI scale set, there's a white round brick with a red and green plate on top as a reference to Octan, which is the petrol supplier for Lego City sets. And it's one of those things, if you don't know that, then you wouldn't have realized. Wouldn't have realized that it is secretly a reference. But for those in the know, that's quite cool. There's got to be something like that. We have modified the torso a bit as well. I remember doing that. Don't remember exactly what the original set had. I just remember that being a bit more the way I would do it. So we're going to keep up with those changes. A brick, a clip, and come on, show me a yellow 1x4. Is this a little yellow? It is! This tray needs a drawer as well. Received the McDonald's and they didn't give a straw with your ice lemonade. Ooh! I will say, New Year's, my partner's dad got us a Burger King. It was ages since I had Burger King, and it was just a regular Whopper meal. Nothing fancy about it. The chips, the milkshake. Oh, I love a McDonald's milkshake. You know, I love McDonald's. I've made a few videos on it in the past, which sounds weird. Building a Lego Star Wars set, and I've made videos on McDonald's. Not Lego McDonald's either. It weren't good enough to get into our city, but Burger King's milkshakes hit different now. If Burger King want to sponsor a video, I would sit here and have Burger King on stream while I build for the right price. the price, yeah. What's the price of a Whopper meal? It's product placement, I guess. I mean, they provide the meal. I probably would want a bit on top of that, but Burger King can afford it. We know that. Oh, waiting for that Burger King email to come through. We want you. And do I decal the torso to be yellow, or do I keep it red? I think I will decal the torso to be yellow, but I'm not doing that on stream. That's a process I won't even be here for. Just be waiting at the printer for minutes. Oh, that's something else with decaling. Anyone that wants to get into decaling, whilst you're starting out, well, it depends on the time you've got. But I found that when you're printing, you get a few different settings. I think for the printer we've got, it's the dots per inch. And you've got 300, 900, 1200, or 1200. And I would start off, maybe not 300, because 300 is definitely noticeable, but at least 600. Not max out the prints, because it takes so long. Even when you're printing something like a row of torsos, it takes so long to wait for. And then you wait, and then something's up, or you forgot to do something, and you've got to wait again. There's a family-friendly Avatar version on Disney Plus. Is the what was The Last Airbender, that Avatar, the show with Appo? That's Nickelodeon, isn't it? That's not Disney. Got it delivered. Delivery is delivery, good or bad, isn't it? Always hit or miss. Oh, yeah. What are we doing for that? Sometimes delivery is good. It's nice as well, not having to go out. But I'm quite happy to go out and pick it up, just because if something's wrong, it can get sorted. I do think delivery driver backpacks have a void in there, and it's not even like the actual burger. The burger, there's never I've not run into an issue with the burger, but spare fries, they go into the void. Straws, void. Dips, especially the dips, into the void. And last time we ordered food, sometime before Christmas, that was horrid. Everything turned up cold, which I don't mind when I'm ordering. You know, I just want easy food. I don't mind a cold meal now and again, because every other meal is a nice warm one, but a nice hot one. Burn my mouth most of the time. But we also missed like 2 drinks, which was crazy. So that little goblin that lives in delivery drivers' bags is probably enjoyed that and a few more by now. Am I going to live stream my wedding? Yeah, you missed your drink. Probably not the wedding, but should I do a reenactment or a Lego build? I tell you what, I could do a stream building it and talking about it. There'll definitely be a first stream after. I've seen people stream so many things recently, and streaming is really fun like that. You can share experiences that other people are either like scared to go through, or maybe they can't go through. Maybe they just want to experience it. There are some really, and recently weddings have been included, and some really interesting streams. Really interesting streams. A lot of it educational as well. Someone in that field doesn't have to go bug a person or like a family or something going through it. They can just go watch a stream of someone who's willing to share. Karma time. Can I get the blaster in as well? I feel like minifigures can always hold the blasters in these mechs, but can they hold the blaster with a Karma? Oh, no. You. What if I rotate the hand and the blaster looks down? What if? We'll make this work. Ah, look. No. What about now? What? This? Oh, it's caught on the pauldron. Oh, wait. That changes everything. If it's caught on the pauldron, maybe the blaster would work at the side. Definitely if it's pointing out like that. So we need to close it above the arms. There we go. And then with any sort of leg accessory, if you have the hands pointing outwards, they fit first time. Hook it on the top and then close the top as we push it down. And there we go. Bit awkward, but we've done it, and the blaster's in there as well. That's going to look awesome with a yellow decal on it. But the Karma, we need tan slopes matching up to our grey and yellow. Maybe this should have been grey and yellow instead of white and yellow. Or the white does. Yeah, the white is different. I do want to upscale this at some point, and I think the UCS version of this works pretty well with it. So I'll see what that looks like. Shame with the binoculars. Where are the macro binoculars? Do I have any in black, or is it just like grey? Because we had some in white. I had them out. No, I don't have any bags. I had them out the other day when we were. I think it was when I was building the battle pack. I got one out for the clones. Which drawer would they have funneled into? Oh, I think it's this one. All right, I'll have a little look. Whoa. Have a little look for some macro binoculars. But Lego are creating so many new elements. I tell you what, we forgot something. We forgot something about the smart brick. I haven't seen anyone talking about it. No, I can't find the macro binoculars. I might still have the bag somewhere floating in the ether. It hasn't reached the desk yet. But let's hop back to the smart bricks. I know you're all dying to return to take a look at these because we didn't even notice something. I think it's clearer in it's not in Luke's X-Wing set. I think it's clearer in the throne room, but yeah, it is also present in Vader's tie. So a lot of these sets have minifigures in vehicles, have minifigures sitting down in a chair or on the back, and the smart brick needs to find a way to work in. Have you noticed? Let me bring up the image so that you can see it. My monitor's probably a bit closer than the little play-in picture that you can have on Google Chrome. If I say that, do you think it pushes out my video a bit more? If I big up Google's other services, do you think that helps the video? But if you can't see it already, that new mold. It's less like pointy on. I think that might be a new mold. It's the capes. The capes of the minifigures. Also, Luke could have a poncho in this. I was going to say a cape, a brown cape. That's the wrong costume. Yeah, it could have a poncho, but that would make the existing poncho a lot cheaper. We wouldn't be doing that. Where's the front on of the minifigures? Look at the capes. That one you can see it a lot better. Why are the capes so small? These aren't even short capes. I was talking to my partner about this earlier. These aren't short capes. These are shortest capes. These are shorter capes. So regular capes go down to probably just past the tops of the feet. Short capes are meant to do that on shorter legged minifigures. So short capes will go down to probably about where the point of the mouse is now, just below the crease on the thigh. These go down to just below the waist piece. Don't know if that's a new short cape that Lego are releasing, because, well, the short cape hasn't come out for... wait, 80p and £3. What? No, this was, one of these was like 20 quid and the other was like, yeah, this was the other one. No. Wait a sec, wasn't this like 20 quid last time I checked? Or did I not check? Oh, hold on. It was new because a lot of these are damaged. Still, £10 not bad. Come on, same person. Oh, do I? 20 quid, that's why. It was 20 quid for a ball. I'm not going to pay 20 quid for it to sit on my Tower of Planets. I'm going to wait till I see one in pretty good condition that I can inspect in person. Anyway, short capes. Short capes I haven't seen for ages. Not the very short cape, which is what this is. I assume it's not got the teardrop neck. I assume it's just a short cape. Bog standard, stopped in... Oh no, this isn't it. Reggae Man. Oh, that's the origin of Robin, canonically, for the Lego universe. Reggae Man. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen Lego Batman, you definitely got to watch it. So is it called the very short... No, this doesn't go as far back. So this is the new version. The very short cape. We have... What colours? What colours do we have? Black for Vader and the Emperor, and dark red for the Imperial Guards. Or is it just red? It's normally just red. I say that, but I looked at a dark red cape. Yeah, I can't tell. It's shadowed. Just like this. Maybe it is dark red. Oh, no, that's definitely the same colour as the helmet. Maybe that's the shadow. Dark red arms. So the very short cape We've got black. Doesn't seem to be too expensive. And red. Only comes in one and this 2 sets. So, oh wait. No, that's not the one we built, was it? We built the other one. That looks cool though. It comes with a baby Garmadon. And a young... Oh wait, that's Lloyd. Oh! I kind of remember it. It's a blur. And we also have Robin from 2013. So this cape hasn't been around for 13 years and it's coming back in 2 sets, both on Darth Vader, so they'll only count as one minifigure, but also on Palpatine. Quite a nice revival. And then the guard has the red cape from the Grandma Visitor, aka Little Red Riding Hood. They definitely knew what they were doing here, from 2012. Ooh, look away, chat. They don't have the legs fully pressed in. Ooh, that's... And that just looks weird. That does look weird. So they are bringing back some older elements, but very short capes. Don't know how I feel about them. They just don't feel right. This should have been a poncho. I'm calling that now. I don't think Lego had ponchos in 2012. Poncho. This would have been the mold, yeah, 2015. And no, that's Qui-Gon's. 2015. Oh, but that's the same. That's the same mold. So they might have been looking into ponchos. Maybe this is the reason we have ponchos. But how interesting. Most ponchos now are just printed, which actually Qui-Gon's wasn't in the updated set, but then Luke and Leia's was. I think it comes down to the designer and how much they're gonna take away from the set to put into minifigures. The legs. I know. Ow. They need to have a little scan that checks for that. I need to play Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It's visually a really, really nice game. I just don't have the time to play games. We got Batman as well coming up on Sunday. For anyone that did miss last Sunday, we've been playing through the Lego Batman and I found out what was up with the game. We didn't finish it. We're about 1/6 of the way through, so didn't finish it whatsoever. Let me grab those tan pieces. Just built a wall of the garage, and on the shelf was white, red, and green tiles stacked to represent an Octan oil can. Oh, nuts! So they've even got it in the Ninjago set as well. Octan is everywhere, and it's still very much alive today, which is nice to see when old. Not even a sub theme. It didn't get its own sub theme. It was just in city sets. It just became canon. There wasn't much thought on it whatsoever. I tell you what as well, I'm sitting a bit back. Does that mean I'm out of focus? Maybe a little bit. That'll help. Do I have dark tan? I definitely have these in dark tan. So we're going to be making a mess with those. And some dark tan slopes. What slopes do we have to offer? What we got? Oh, these will be nice, yes. Right. I say that, there were 3 right on top. Oh, there's a 4th. Wouldn't have been nice if we didn't have a 4th, and... Underside slope. We'll see how secure this is. I don't want to add too much. I want to give a nice little effect to the Karma sort of bowing around, because it does sort of come out and then drop, but I want it kind of bending in for the mech. I think that would look really nice. But first we need to find the connector piece. Could I show the Star Wars poster on the door? Of course, yes. So this was the poster from the latest Star Wars magazine. And there is a video that I need to get round to edit coming out. This is from the magazine. And it's the new Star Wars, the new Star Wars logo Where's the... There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? With a ton of minifigures. You might notice a few of them new, a few of them slightly older. There we go. We've got one of the Mandalorian... That's the Mandalorian Loyalist, I think, from Bo-Katan's ship. The new UCS Jango Fett. The old Rancor as well. That's one of the oldest figures here. We've got the original Jar Jar up on top. Some really cool figures. I've got like the very first Finn minifigure. There's so many better Finn minifigures. And young Lando, but no old Lando. The new Maul, the old Emperor. It's a weird mishmash, but this makes the Star Wars logo look really cool. This does look good. And also, the Star Wars logo is absolutely massive compared to how it is as an original set. I don't think you can get this many minifigures, so maybe they should have gone bigger and charged us even more for it. Had like a couple £100 Star Wars logo, could you imagine? Walking away from that. It's awesome, and on top of that, I do want to get a few more posters. I'm wondering if I do manage to get the slave one on the wall, which is what I'm leaving that blank for. I might do it in that hole that... Oh, where? That one. That hole that hasn't been filled yet. Might try and screw in a Technic system, because that would be quite easy to... That would be quite handy, actually, to do a video on, because I'm not sure I've shown off how I did that. There's a few brick separators hidden like under desks, under shelves in the past that use Technic plates. I'd use something a bit stronger on the wall for a UCS set, but I might get a few posters just up top. There's this Star Wars one. The recent Ninjago one as well has been a banger. I think the magazine, one sec, that's slightly wonky. I think the magazine is starting to realize how good these posters can be. They're not just character portrayals, which I think for the most part they are. Is that straight? that looks straight, right? I'll let chat decide. Is that straight? But we got this Star Wars logo one with all the minifigures. We've got a recent comic book style poster with Lloyd, the Green Ninja. I love a bit of green, being my favourite colour. And also in the past we've had like the Spider-Man one with the web and the really nice art style. I want to get all of those framed like that and up on either the wall, or I could do it on the door. And there's two horizontal, and I don't know if we'll fit two horizontal and two vertical there. There's a nice DC one as well. Probably won't put that one up. That one's not that nice. But I'm thinking up here is the perfect space to hang a few of them, get like just a nail in the wall and drop them down from there. It's quite fun seeing all the different magazines that come in, all the different posters in the magazines. If I had the space, I'd be displaying them all. And I genuinely think I would. Only one? No! No! Oh, we might have to swap out the tan hinge brick or plate for a black one. That'll be alright. If the oil on the shelf was a literal Easter egg, it would have been behind Grandma's shed. Oh, almost in two. You know what? We'll take three. What's the chance that there was another tan one? I saw one as I just poured that hand in. I might have missed it. Don't know if this would be secure enough. Maybe even getting a panel or some sort of snot bracket in there with a third one on the front would work. But this is more of a karma than Lego even gave us. Like I said, until they bring back karmas, I'm not letting them get away with anything karma related. So this is just to cover the tops of the legs. Perhaps there's like a weakened joint up here, susceptible to damage. There we go. And now we have a 327th Clone Trooper Mech. Not half bad. Actually, that's really nice. And I think Lego could come out with a ton more clone mechs like this and we would just eat them up if if they had named clone troopers in them. Though, that being said, I don't think I'd pick up a Commander Mech because I kind of want Ayla Secura as well as the new commando droids. That would be really nice. I do want to show off my other clone troopers because this guy was the assault class. Just a regular clone, no backpack, no antenna, no accessory, and just a regular blaster. But, look, I left them on the desk for you. We have a heavy clone. When I make a video on the mech, I'll show you how to build this machine gun. It's cool. The actual turret bit does rotate as well. There you go. The front rotates like it's firing. It's a two-handed gun. And I got a backpack on the back. So this is like the heavy class. We then have the officer with a new viewfinder, which is the one piloting the ATRT, which does have macro binoculars. I've thought about it ahead of time. Oh, okay, that's better. Let's just dispose of these. We don't need these. They're not important. And then I don't know why the officers on the ATRT. I guess, you know, privileges with rank. And then we've got the sniper, which uses that 501st specialist piece, which is so nice, and also is what Bly wears. One of the things that distinguishes Bly. Although Bly is a little different from the rest of them. Just built an oil can with a sticker on it that spells Octan. Oh, there you go. That's hitting it right on the nose, isn't it? So we've now got a full squad with just one battle pack. We've got a full squad of the 327th, aka the Leg Legion of Clone Troopers. Leg Legion. We're not going to not call them Leg Legion. I'm also doing the same thing with 501st. I'll probably I don't know. I had a video talking about those actually. I don't know if that one's come out yet. There'll be a few videos coming out about the battle packs. There's a few things that I just want to share, and a few improvements that I want to make. Just like piecing the pistol and the old macros together to make this. I don't know what this is. Not every mock can be as good as the 322nd Leg Legion Clone Trooper mech. But I would like to see a few more of these Clone Trooper mechs, and at least for LEGO to be a bit consistent with them, surely. And that is all for today's stream. Hopefully you enjoyed the look at the Smart Play brick as well. I think tomorrow's stream is going to be a slight chill one. I do want to keep building these upscaled mechs and get this thing looking massive, but I think tomorrow we'll go for a chiller stream. So we'll be talking a lot about the Smart Brick, and hopefully some of you can make it. And then of course on Sunday I'm planning to play the next section of Lego Batman 1 on the road to Lego Batman The Dark Knight coming out. But that is all for today's stream. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the bricks be with you always.